Man ain't going nowhere. Pump arrived, and the pump was put in. Oh boy. Hopefully, I didn't just mess up that line. We tested it. Well, let's take you to some of the clips of the pump being put in. It has arrived. The Wasserman WDP series automatic demand diaphragm pump. All right, let's get into this. Nice. Optional. Beefy. All right, so we are going to put this guy inside the cooler. Thermal regulation, weather protection, and easy movement. But we got to run the water lines in, so what I need to do is measure we're about 3 1/4. Hello. Hello. I didn't know the lens thing was closed.
This is why I do the videography and you do the detailing.
Fair enough. So, we have the pump in here. And if you remember, we teed off with a 1/2-inch line. That's connected to the inlet. Put a strainer in here. And then it exits out here. There's our discharge port from the pump. And we got this 5-foot length just to feed it to the pressure washer. So far it works. We're going to go ahead and put it up on the trailer and make sure it's not anything to do with this gravity, which it should not be. But I think ultimately what we'll do is when we come out of the pump, and this may be hard plumbed, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Then we're going to split. So we may put a shutoff there on the other end. But we're going to split the line. Half would go like it's going now to the pressure washer. The other half would go to the deionized water system. And so far, everything is all systems go. You can hear the pump is shut off because there's no demand. However, if we turn the switch off, when there is a demand, you can hear the pump activates. It's doing what it needs to do. And it also keeps up with the pressure washer. We start out with just shy of 25 gallons. And as you can see here, we're sitting just shy of 20. So about 5 gallons, and that was very wasteful. It wasn't very efficient with the wash. We could probably get away with 10 gallons per vehicle, which is going to make this capable of doing 5 vehicles. And that's more than enough for what we want it to do. So now, we have the pump insulated in our igloo cooler, and it works well. We put it to the test yesterday, took it out in the field. It worked great. We're not thrilled with just the 20 feet of pressure washer hose that we had, so we're getting that ordered. But it did its job yesterday. We were able to do a full exterior detail in a parking lot, and so far so good. So now we got to start investigating the deionized water, which is going to be phase 3. If you have any recommendations, put them down in the comments, and we'd love to hear what you have to say about it, because we're going to start doing some adding on here. All right. The socket wants to stay on. There we go. We took the trailer out yesterday with 45 gallons to kind of see how's it handled very well. We got done, we had 40 gallons left, so was a little bit concerned. You know, folks have said the 55 gallons isn't going to be enough, but 5 gallons per car, we're pretty happy with that. We're not looking to do fleet work or anything. I feel like we could certainly get through the day on a tank. Now, the caveat to that is we did pre-fill the buckets, which we intend to do anyway. Oh, as far as mounting the tank, once we knew the pump was going to work and that, you know, the tank was in a good location, we put some big bolts through some scrap wood that we had laying around, but it actually just kind of worked perfectly. We didn't really tear up the decking too much. We also put the sheathing tape, weatherproof tape underneath the areas where we had some leaks. So this is the back side where we secured it, and those are good 4 or 5 inch bolts. They're going all the way through. That wood is certainly secured, and then it's also 4 or 5 inch bolts going into the 4x4. So we feel pretty good about the mount, feel pretty good about the pump setup, and now it's just a matter of getting everything on here so it's a little bit easier to work with, a little bit more efficient flow. But I tell you what, it helped out immensely yesterday. Even, you know, it was just a trial run. We knew the hose wasn't going to be long enough, but it was an easy workaround. We could just kind of get it around the car, and we were able to do a full exterior detail in a parking lot in a couple hours, which traditionally wouldn't have been possible without having this ready to go. 20-foot length of hose that we were using, which is now over there to be recycled, was not enough. We can get the trailer close, but you know, a little bit more of the hose would make things so much more efficient and allow us to work faster. So we got a 65-foot hose reel. So the plumbing situation now coming out of the pump there, and we could definitely get a shorter hose if we wanted to, but we have the water comes out of the pump into the pressure washer, and we're using that K1700 because it works. And then from the pressure washer now, it's going to come out, feed into this 65-foot hose reel, and on the end, something we've wanted to do for a long time is add a short spray nozzle, getting rid of the wand. So we got a McKillen's, and it's got the swivel tip on it, so that, you know, it's not going to bind up. I did not read the directions. It very, very clearly states that you need an adapter that's not included. So we're waiting on that this morning. And Jesus should have that here in just a few minutes. It's ready for pickup. Then we'll add that on, and we'll give this all a test run.
Shelby with Evocative. I am the face behind the camera, so you won't see me very often. Don't be shy. Drop us some comments down there about things you think we should add, change, remove. Let us know, but don't forget to like and subscribe. This is it for part 2. Part 3 coming in soon.
Beefy.